welcome to Cooking with Abba, and today we're going to be making Abolo. Yes, Abolo. This is soft, this is easy, this is great. Abolo you can really enjoy. Abolo is actually made from rice flour and corn flour, or you can do just pure corn or just pure rice. Abolo as well. It's actually steamed, so it's steamed rice dumpling or steamed corn dumpling. That is virtually what we call Abolo or Ablo, depending on where you are. So to make my rice flour, I just blend my dried rice, whether it's jasmine rice, basmati rice, whatever rice. All you need to do is to blend this into a powder. I'm not so worried about how powdery or how flour smooth it is, because this is also going to improve the texture as well. Now I'm going to make this using the corn and then the rice. So I pour in a bit of the corn flour together with some rice flour, and I'm going to make like porridge kind of with it. Then I add in the baking powder and salt, which I'm going to mix and cook this on fire. You can check the description button for all the ingredients description as well, like the quantities to actually use. I'm going to stir this till I get a cocoa kind of vibe, a porridge kind of vibe. But I realized this was getting very thick, so I added to add in more water. Yes, this was getting overly thick and out of hand. I added in more water, but you don't really want this to be like too runny, because when you add in your yeast and things, it's going to start doubling and puffing up. So if you don't take care, you end up getting so like runny kind of consistency when you are done. So once it's thick like this, I'm just going to pour it out into my bowl, and I just added in a bit of water, and then I mixed it with my whisk to make sure that it was all smooth. Then at this point I added in the rice flour. Yes, the rice flour in to finish this off, and then yes, I added in finally my yeast solution. Yes, so that one is a yeast with sugar and water. You want to mix this up as well, and then help the sugar dissolve, help the yeast also to start activating as well. Then this is going to go into the dough of corn and then rice. If you do pure rice has a bit of starch and gluten, which can make it very soft and mushy, and so usually the corn kind of gives you good texture and a good form as well. That's the trick about this Abolo recipe as well. So I'm just going to mix all of this up. You realize that this is creamy, this is thick, this is good texture, but trust me, you would have to let this actually double up and ferment, and that is going to also bring in some water into our dough. So that's why I was saying that make sure that it is thick enough. So I'm just going to let this sit for about 40 minutes for it to double up in size. So once it doubles, and yes, the yeast is very much activated, then we know that your Abolo is actually ready to go for the oven or to go for your stove. So I did this in two ways. One was baking it in the oven, and one was steaming it on fire. Now, you don't really need this cupcake molds, because sweetheart is going to stick onto it. I think the best you can use is a silicone mold, or your, how do you call it, your baking pans. You can just oil it a bit so that it doesn't stick in, because the paper, I struggled when I was done taking it off it, and you realize that this is very creamy and it was very liquidy. So I added in more rice flour into it as well. That's what I was telling you, that make sure that when you make your porridge base and it's overly thick, don't like add in so much water, because it's going to make your dough, like when it's done fermenting, it's going to get a bit runny. So be careful about that. So I heated my oven, then I placed in the baking sheet. I placed in some water in, because I wanted to cook this like with the water bath in and see how that would turn out. I realized that when you do it like this with the water bath, you're still going to maintain the softness in, but the base is not going to be like dried out like when you do it in the oven. So honestly, I don't think I would recommend you doing the water bath. It's just more effort, more time, but you don't really need it. Yes, you don't really need it. So you can just do it like that without the water bath and without the cupcake cups as well. Or you can just use a silicone mold in there. So the rest of the dough, like I said, I realized it was still kind of pretty runny for me, so I added in a bit of corn flour in, and then rice flour in to thicken it up. Then in my mom's big saucepan, she likes to make a soup in, I poured in water, allowed it to come to boil. I placed the perforated colander onto it, or the soy onto it. Then I used banana leaves, then I just scoop in and I put it onto it. This day I came home without my clamp, so it was a bit funny recording with one hand, cooking with one hand. Yeah, so you layer this in, and then cover and allow it to heat. So how do I go about this? We are blessed to have some bananas, fresh bananas in front of the house. So I went for the leaf. I just cut the main green part from the middle stem part from it, and once I was done, I had to come and wash it. I washed it with salt and water. Then I just did this trick. Usually when you do it fresh like this, it will be breaking. So to check the breakage, you need some sort of heat. So sometimes you can put it over the fire, or you can put it in the sun to just soften it up. But Charlie, I found my own shortcut. I did my own shortcut where I just fold the leaf, I put it into a bowl, then I'm going to put some water over it, and then I'm going to just microwave this. Trust me, this is like quick shortcut. It's my special hack I came up with to save my time and to make my work less stressful. Cooking can be fun if it's stress-free, that is a reality. But if you're spending so much time to get something small, that is what can actually prevent you from enjoying cooking. So I actually just microwave this just to get the water to heat up and to soften the leaves. I'm not cooking the leaves, yes. So once it's done, I pour off the hot water, and you realize the leaves are more flexible and easy to work with. They don't easily break at this point. So I checked on the ones in the oven, and I realized it was slowly baking. And the more it's taking more time in the oven, the more you would be drying out it, and it can get a bit rubbery or that kind of dry texture at the top, which is not like the gayest way. So I think the best way to have your abolo is a steamed, but if you want to bake it, just put it in direct and just bake it dried out there. So I had to check on it. Once it's firm on the top, when you press, that means it's virtually done. But if you press and it's not firm there, then you know it's not really done. So that's just a finger thing. Just press and see if it's firm enough. It's not like top. So I placed that over, then I did the next batch in, and then I actually went on to finish. I could have baked all of this or steamed all of this together, but because my leaf was small, I had to go back and then pick more leaf, and then like microwave and clean it up and then get it done. So this was the abolo. At this point, it was almost done, but was not overly done. So I had to just wait. And once it's done and you pass your toothpick through, it should come out dried on the outside as well. Then I'm just going to close this off because I'm virtually done baking it then. So this is the baked abolo, and like I said, don't do it in the papers because it's going to be hard for you to move the parchment paper when it's done. And the ones in the banana leaves, this is how it also did come out. Very beautiful, very well done, very tasty, very easy to do as well. So yes, I enjoyed mine with some proteins. You realize it really the yeast went in properly, like it really rose well. So you could see the air packet in, which makes it very light and airy to enjoy, which I enjoyed with some one man thousand, how do you call it? And then some pepper sauce as well, both green and red. And of course, for the rest, you can store it in your fridge. Just take the leaves off it, put it in your bowl, cover it up, and keep this in your fridge. Very simple, very easy, very healthy to actually do. So if you did enjoy this video, please subscribe, like, share. Do share to others as well so they can also learn along with us. Till I see you in the next food video, do live life to the fullest. Be joyous, be merry. Lots of love for my team and I. Mwah.